So, guys, we have a very interesting live audience because we're already live. So, Rushad, let's start the party.
Okay, guys, let's do this. So, hello and a very good evening and a warm welcome to all of you to our live session here on this Mother's Day. I'm Rushad and I'm very thankful to Woodpecker Media for giving me the opportunity to be in the midst of such lovely women, lovely super moms, if I may say so. So, today, since it's Mother's Day, our topic is, do moms have eyes in the back of their heads? What an apt title it is, I'll tell you. Um, got a small poem which I would like to read out in the memory and in the for the love of all the mothers. रोते हैं चुप कराती हैं थपथपाकर सुलाती हैं जब जरूरत पड़े एक दोस्त की तब माँ वो भी बन जाती है आखिरी सांस तक हमारा साथ निभाती है माँ मेहर एक शब्द है उसका असली मतलब हमें वो औरत समझाती है On that note, wishing all the lovely ladies and our mothers a very happy Mother's Day. Well, today we have with us a very esteemed panel of celebrity mothers who say that regardless of the profession of being an actor or an influencer, at the end of the day, when they go home, they are a mother to their child and a child to their mothers. So, on that note, I would like to introduce these powerful super moms that I have here with me. Two of them are, of course, friends of mine. So let's start off with Kanika. First, we have Kanika Maheshwari. She is an Indian television actress. She is best known for her roles in serials like Kahani Ghar Ghar Ki and Diya Aur Baati Hum, a show that I was lucky enough to work with her on. Her latest short film, Forever Women, has won several international awards, including the Best Actress at the Asians on Film Festival. Congrats, Kanika. I wasn't aware of this.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
And welcome to this panel. Next, we have Shrima Rai, a mom of two and a passionate blogger. Shrima Rai has created waves on social media with her fun ways of interacting with her kids. She is a beauty, fashion, and lifestyle blogger and Mrs. India Globe 2009. Conscious parenting is something she believes in and practices. Welcome, Shrima.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here with us. Next, we have Pooja Kanwal. Pooja is a film and television actor and anchor. There is no medium she hasn't explored. Be it theater, music, videos, ad films, mainstream cinema, TV serials, or chat shows, she has portrayed every role with grace and elan. We have seen her host a season of Comedy Circus and the entertainment show Saas Bahu Aur Betiyan on Aaj Tak. Most recently, she has given her voice to the Hollywood blockbuster release Captain Marvel. Welcome, Pooja.
Thank you, Rushad, for the lovely introduction.
My pleasure. Welcome. And last but not the least, Prerna Sinha. Prerna is a well-known name on social media. She is the founder of MaaofAllblogs and Inspire Beyond Motherhood. Amazing titles, I tell you.
Thank you.
Being a mother of two boys and one of the top Indian bloggers, she has constantly engaged her audiences by bringing to them meaningful content. She is an avid yoga practitioner as well. I'm definitely coming to you for some yoga tips, okay?
Yes, I'm thinking live now, so you can come.
Wonderful. So welcome, guys. Welcome, all of you. Let's and a warm welcome to all our viewers who are watching us live today. Thanks to Woodpecker Media. So I'll start off with the questions. First is a common question to all of you all. Now, you all are celebrities, professionals, influencers. All of you all are famous. And people around you are watching you, looking up to you. Some are even aspiring to be like you. बट कहीं ना कहीं लोग सोचते हैं कि क्योंकि आप लोग इतने बिजी हैं, इतने फेमस हैं, इनकी लाइफ तो बड़ी इजी होती होगी। आई मीन जाहिर सी बात है, इन्हें इनका बच्चों का काम तो नहीं करना पड़ता होगा, इनकी मेड्स ये सब करती होंगी। बट इजियर देन दैट, आई एम श्योर इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट। बाहर चाहे कुछ भी शूट करके आए हो, कोई भी मीटिंग करके आए हो, लेकिन घर आके यू आर ऑल्सो द सेम मदर हु हैज टू कम होम, cook for their kids, adhere to their needs, face their tantrums, and even get irritated at times by them. So the question is that tell us, how exciting is this journey of motherhood for you, juggling between real to real? Can we start with Kanika?
Yes. Thank you, Rushad, for a lovely introduction to our audience.
My
और
pleasure.
बहुत ही अच्छा आपने सवाल किया है कि रियल और रियल लाइफ की मॉम्स में क्या डिफरेंस है। एक्चुअली लोगों को लगता है कि हम लोग बहुत इजी लाइफ होगी हमारी, हम लोग बहुत आसानी से अपने बच्चों को मेड्स के हाथ में बड़ा कर सकते हैं, बट ऐसा नहीं है। हम भी आप ही की तरह माँ हैं, हमने भी वही जर्नी जी है जैसे आपने जी है। मेरे लिए रियल लाइफ और रियल लाइफ में बहुत ज़्यादा जगलिंग इसलिए भी थी क्योंकि आप 12 घंटे 13 घंटे जब काम कर कर आते हैं तो आप अपने एक बैगेज लेकर आते हैं अपने घर पे, और वही चीज़ आप अपने बच्चों को थ्रो नहीं कर सकते हो। आपको अपने अंदर वो सहनशीलता रखनी पड़ेगी कि वो बच्चे हैं, वो बड़े नहीं हैं। तो मेरे लिए जब मैं शूटिंग से वापस आती थी तब मुझे एक आप किरदार में होते हो, उस किरदार को ख़त्म करके आप एक दोबारा से एक माँ बनकर घर आते हो, वो जर्नी मेरे लिए डिफ़िकल्ट थी। थैंकफुली मेरे हस्बैंड मेरे साथ में थे और उन्होंने मेरी काफ़ी मदद करी। लेकिन जो डिफ़िकल्टीज़ एज अ मदर हमें लगती हैं कि बच्चा आते ही आपसे गले लगना चाहता है और आप चाहते हो कि एक बार बिस्तर पे थोड़ा सा आराम कर लूँ या एक कप चाय पी लूँ, वो माँ को नहीं मिल सकता है। और ये थोड़ा टफ टाइम था मेरे लिए। और रात को जब आपको एक चैन की नींद सोनी है तो आपका बच्चा आपके ऊपर है, आपको हक करना चाहता है, सोना चाहता है, तो वो सारी दिक्कतें जो कि मैं पिछले 5 साल से ठीक से नहीं सोई हूँ। और आई थिंक ये थोड़े फैक्टर्स हैं जो कि मुझे लगता है कि वो थोड़े डिफिकल्ट है।
Okay. So basically, it's a sacrifice from a day-to-day perspective that a mother has to give.
Yes.
खास
And
करके a
sacrifice
working
is,
mother.
we are happy to do that. बट एक इंसान की तरह हम भी एक इंसान है, एक ह्यूमन है, तो हमारी भी कुछ रिक्वायरमेंट्स होती है, लेकिन हम उसको अपना बिल्कुल पीछे कर देते हैं और सबसे पहले हम माँ बन जाते हैं।
Right. Prerna, what about you?
So I have older kids now. So I mean, obviously, what Kanika is going through, I've gone through all of that. But as of now, my elder one is 14 and my younger one is 8.
Wow.
So it was sleeping is not an issue for me. And okay, they let me be. But Jesse, it's 9 o'clock in the night. They want to hover around me because then they know, this is our free time. And I have to literally put them out. मतलब उनको कमरे से निकालना पड़ता है, 3-4 बार आएंगे, फिर उनको निकालो, फिर आएंगे. So I think एक mom की journey becomes little easier in sense कि आप management easy हो जाता है, but other issues आते हैं, like a teenage issues आ जाते हैं. So they'll come back and say you're like the most you're looking very fat today. Yeah, you're the worst mom in the world. And अब जब पहली बार होता है तो बहुत ज़्यादा बुरा लगता है. And you're like, oh my God, what did I do? What happened? ये बच्चा जो मुझे like I can see the difference now क्योंकि एक 8 years का है और एक 14 का है. So जब वो 8 से I think he became 10 or 12, तब ये ज़्यादा मैंने change देखा. So 8 and 10 में बच्चे are like, especially boys, I feel your mom की, they are doe-eyed when it comes to their mom. So mom is the best. Like my younger one cannot hear anything against me. Mom is the best. She's the prettiest. वो सबसे अच्छी है, सब कुछ अच्छा करती है. But my elder one is like my biggest critic. So it's not that they don't love you, but ये होता है कि it's a teenage. So you have to learn to manage. And I feel I think of my childhood. तो मुझे याद आता है कि मैं भी I used to be like this, because you the only person जिससे आप ये निकाल सकते हो वो आपके मॉम है. तो आप अपने फ्रेंड्स को नहीं बोल सकते, आप डैड से डरते हो, तो मॉम को कुछ भी बोल के निकल सकते हैं. So I think that is the kind of challenge we have.
So mom becomes the punching bag eventually.
Oh yeah. And to as a mom, आपको समझना पड़ेगा कि it is something. It's not that you're a bad mom. It's just his age. It's just his hormones. It's just that is building up.
Yeah.
Right. Shrima, what about you?
Yeah, so I have two boys. I have a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old. So, I also can at this age tell the difference between the two age groups. It is, I feel like, with my 9-year-old, there are other things, like right now they're into video games and you need to be more careful with screen time, especially since we're on lockdown right now. And when it comes to the 4-year-old, obviously, you guys saw like the toddler just walked in very, very clingy to mom a lot, and you have your own constraint. As a working mom, I feel like it's okay right now because as a blogger, or even when I was working with the bank, you always have a little bit of mom guilt, regardless of the age of your child, because every age of a child requires a certain amount of your attention. Maybe a 4-year-old doesn't require as much of my attention as a 9-year-old, but a 9-year-old requires much more, I think, at times guidance, because they're getting into different stages of life. So every stage of a child requires mother around. So it's always a balance between feeling like you're not giving enough time to development versus giving enough time to your ambitions. So that's not going to change regardless if you're a blogger or whether you are working with a bank. It's always like that, and you just have to make peace with it every single day.
Okay, got it. Pooja, what's your take on this?
Rushad, firstly, I'd like to compliment you on holding your ground and staying strong between 4 women. You're the ladies' man clearly today. And we've all got a lot to share clearly, but I think 3 of them have come in so beautifully. But yeah, I think, like Shrima said, there's definitely an element of guilt that you feel, and every age, every stage, every phase in a childhood comes with its own set of challenges. And there are all sorts different categories of mothers, and I'm so glad that today most of them are in this panel. There's the stay-at-home mom, there's the work-from-home mom, there's the work-outside mom. Irrespective, it is when, right from the day you find out you're pregnant, your life completely changes. They always say in the Hindu thing that एक औरत का नया जन्म होता है जब उसकी शादी होती है. But for me, clearly, my experience has been that the whole 360-degree turn that actually happens and the rebirth that actually happens is when you give yourself to this whole new being, and your whole life has to revolve completely around that being, which you are the center of their lives. So, for me, I work in very, very different environments, very far from home. I travel a lot, like Kanika works extensive hours where I'm inaccessible at times to my child or her needs. And then I know that when I come back, it's all about prioritizing and making up for the time lost. But when you decide, it's all more often than not, it's the decision you make to work in this manner, despite having a child, despite the age that they are. You sort of make a conscious decision to forever write off anything, any concept called me time. Because when you're at work, every single second of a break that you can get, or every single minute away from work, you're gonna call up home, say, "Acha usne kya pehna, kitne baje class," you coordinate everything, and the minute you come home, so you're feeling like a guilty mom at work. And when you're back home, you're also trying to respond to emails, be accessible for your producer, meet deadlines. And in the midst of all of that, if you still want me time, kind of forget about it.
My God. Sounds pretty strenuous. But yeah, I mean, I see my co-actresses who are married, who have kids, exactly what you narrated, all the time in between shots. बाबू ने खाया, अरे नहीं खा रहा है, अरे उसने उल्टी कर दिया, उसको ये हो गया, उसको वो गया. Kanika, I remember how during one of the nights that we were doing for Diya or Bati, your kid had fallen ill, and I remember how you had to leave the shoot and rush home. And I mean, hats off to you, mothers, to find such a beautiful balance.
Yeah, and we suffer from guilt also, Rushad. Big time guilt that are we giving, like especially working women, वर्किंग मदर्स दे हैव दैट गिल्ट कि क्या मैं अपने बच्चे को समय दे पा रही हूँ, क्या मैं उसकी इतनी अच्छी परवरिश कर पा रही हूँ, क्या मैं, और हम सीधा अपने मदर्स से कंपेयर करने लग जाते हैं कि यार वो तो इतना टाइम देती थी, काश मैं भी उतना टाइम दे पाती। तो वो गिल्ट से जूझना बहुत बड़ी बात हो जाती है। आई थिंक ऑल द women here, all the mothers will agree with me.
Right. Sorry, did someone say something?
That is my friend.
Okay. Does he want to come and say a hello to us?
Then I think they will just take away all the limelight.
All right. Okay, chalo. Now we'll go on to the second question.
Okay.
So, I often think about how true it is that when we become parents, we end up saying, "Hey, hi, how are you?
My name is Rahman.
What's your name?"
Oh, sorry. I don't know.
So cute. All right. So, going back to the second question, I often think about how true it is that when we become parents, we end up saying things we swore we would never utter to our own children. So most moms drive the kids crazy by saying, "I see and know everything that you are doing, despite my physical absence, because I have eyes at the back of my head." So how true is this? Today's topic is also this, कि क्या माँ सब जानती है? कि आखिर क्या
Rushad,
सच में? हाँ जी.
yeah, can I suggest one thing? I think there's a mic disturbance, so everybody should mute the mic. It's only the person who's talking should keep it on. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So how true is this? कि क्या माँ सब जानती है? कि आखिर क्या सच में mommies have eyes in the back of their heads? And is it an instinct of bonding, or is it really like you moms have two pairs of eyes? कैसे करते हैं आप सब ये? Please share. Starting with Shrima. You have to keep your
I
mic
think
on.
mic off कर दिया.
Right. So, no, I don't think I have eyes in the back of my head for sure. And there's a lot of things that I overlook. And I get stuck at the end of the day when I realize that such incidents happen during a workday. It can get really hectic. But I think we try our best. And you just take it like from day to day, and everything's like a learning experience. Like every day when you make a mistake, you learn from it and you learn to prepare for it better the next time around. I think that's the only way you can really do it.
Okay. No, but for instance, you have two boys, so you must be always up to so both the boys must be up to some kind of mischief, putting the blame on the other. So
Oh my God.
how do you know whose side to take, and how do you manage that situation?
You see, I just take a neutral position, and if they start bickering with each other, I tell the older one that the younger one is a smaller version of you, and I tell the younger one that the older one is the bigger version of you. So when you guys are arguing with each other, I try to like tell them psychologically that please consider that you have to sort of respect each other because you're both brothers and you are part of each other. I try doing all of that. And that seems to work a little bit to a certain extent. And then if that doesn't work, and then I just consequence both of them by having an argument, because I take a very neutral stance. If you're moving over this car, the car is going to be gone. You have to learn to share it. Otherwise, it's going to go inside the cupboard for a week. So decide. And then they work it out themselves. Okay, mom means business. And yeah, I think that's the best way, just to take a neutral stance and just punish them both. Yeah.
and basically teaching them life skills in the meanwhile.
Yeah, life skills in the meanwhile. Like with my boys, they are very energetic, and right now we're in a lockdown situation, so having two boys who are used to being outdoor and very physical most of the day means that my bed turns into a huge tent. the house is a mess. If you guys saw my stories yesterday, they literally are hanging with my TRX workout bands, and then they jumped from that onto a trampoline. They set up boxes, and then they put yoga mats, and they were like doing crawling. And they set this up from one end of the house to the other, and it was a mess. But I allowed it because and people message me saying, I can't believe you allowed this mess in your house. I'm like, but they're like two small kids trapped in a house. What do you expect? It's better than them watching TV all day, right? So let them make
Correct,
them better.
correct.
Let them do what they want. This morning we did a cooking session where I had my 9-year-old make me pasta, and the toddler had to make me like some chocolate rolls. So I constantly try to teach them to use their energy for those type of things, and stay off screens, which is not very easy, but I let them do what they do. Yeah.
Okay, okay, great. So moving on to Prerna, same with you, two boys of different ages, one being a teenager. How do you manage to keep a watch on the gadgets? Exactly what Shrima just spoke of. How do you manage that?
No, so I think Rushad, especially with a teenager, right? You have to let them see, because it becomes really a question of the trust, right? And if you are, even if you try, actually, you won't be able to gauge exactly what is happening. So you have to, tell them, okay, this is the number of hours you're allowed. And of course, once in a while I will go and check in what he's doing without telling him that I'm checking on you, because you have to be careful. It could work exactly in a negative direction if you're very very if you're like a helicopter mom. So I do that. And as Shrima said, I'll tell you the kind of person I am. So I am usually, I'm sitting on my laptop and I'm working, and I'm on my calls and talking. So this is the time when they come and say, Mama, you know what, I want this. And I'll be like, okay, okay. And then I'll realize they asked me for something that I wasn't supposed to say yes to.
Oh,
So, the kids are very smart. उनको exactly पता है कि मम्मी से कब पूछना है. So you can't really do much about it. You have to let go. And abhi, because of the lockdown, I am not being very strict, honestly. I mean, on a regular school hour time, we only allow devices on weekends, but every day nowadays.
right. I guess there's no other way to keep them engaged also.
No, they, of course, we do so we try and do one activity a day. So L1 has school, as I said, so he's busy and he has his tuitions.
Right.
And the rest of the time, we play. Of course, in the night, as I said, after 9 o'clock, हमारा board games निकल आते हैं. So we do that. And in the day, I'm more, I'm doing my exercise, and the younger one has his fitness classes. So उसकी energy उधर निकलती है, online fitness classes. And I try. So he is supposed to write a day in my life on COVID every day. So some one topic I give him, and he writes on that. And then there is, how am I feeling today? What am I wearing today? What I ate today? Kind of a thing. So a journal he's maintaining. So that way I have an insight into what he's thinking. So because the elder one is, as I said, busy and little sorted. The younger one, this is how I keep him busy. And I try and do one activity. So like we made pizza one day, then we made we turned a balcony into a tent. So we used mattresses and bed sheets and usko pura tent bana diya. Then every evening we would sit there, because it was like camping. So kuch na kuch we keep doing to keep them busy beyond the
Very
device.
interesting. Very interesting. So now for Kanika and Pooja, this question is for both of y'all. I mean, right now, obviously, we are in the lockdown, but in normal days, in your busy schedule of shoots, meetings, auditions, how is it that you know that your child needs you? For example, if you've come back from a tiring day and your child is not actually opening up to you, maybe he's had a bad day at school and he's not opening up to you. So, how is it that you gauge that something has gone wrong? I need to communicate with my kid. Maybe my kid is not opening up to me. So, what is it? Is it like a gut feeling, an instinct, or is it some behavioral characteristics that you study and you make out? Kanika?
Uh, yeah, I tell you, though my child is small, he's just 5 years old, but if there is some problem with him, there's something which is not right physically. Right now I'm just talking about physically. Mentally, because he's too
Physically.
small for it, then
Right.
I just know it. My gut says it. I think the chords we are intact. The God has done that, I guess. But मैं उसकी आंखों से पता कर देती हूँ. पता नहीं वो the way he looks at me, and I know is there something wrong, and I मैं उसकी पूरी टेस्टिंग और पूरा उसको एक्सरे कर देती हूँ कि कहाँ क्या कुछ गड़बड़ तो नहीं है. और आपको ऋषभ मैं बताऊं 95% I'm always right कि उसको कुछ ना कुछ हुआ होता है. सिर्फ उसकी आंखें और उसका चेहरा ड्रॉप होता है ना, वो माँ को पता लग जाता है. और आई थिंक सारी माँ मुझसे अग्री करेंगी, क्योंकि हमारे मन में ना कुछ कुछ होने लग जाता है कि भाई कुछ गड़बड़ है. तो आई थिंक आई डील विद माई चाइल्ड लाइक दैट, एंड लेटर ऑन आई डोंट नो अबाउट इट कि मैं कैसे डील आउट करूंगी. आई थिंक यहाँ में मॉम्स ने बहुत अच्छी ट्रिक्स बताई हैं टू राइट अ डायरी एवरी डे दैट व्हाट यू फील एंड एवरीथिंग. दैट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग. देन यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड इमोशंस ऑफ योर चाइल्ड. सो या, दैट इज द थिंग. It's a gut feeling.
Wonderful. What about you, Pooja?
Yeah, Rushad, one has often heard people say that mothers have eyes at the back of their head. Is it just something that they say to threaten the kids? Did we hear it growing up, or is it something that now we use as a weapon? That, of course, is another, debate altogether. But see, when a child comes into your life, there is definitely an initial mother's instinct, at least for the initial couple of months/years. And I think it's a very different physical thing for everyone within their own experiences. I think that mother's instinct takes you through the initial relationship that you make with your child, and post that it's a lot of work. It's a lot of constantly trying to keep communication channels open, constantly talking to them. Maybe at the end of the day, like a small thing that I do every night when I put her to bed, we have to discuss our day with each other. The times that maybe there's something about my day which is probably too much for her to understand, but I share it. Like I remember when she was about a year and a half, my husband and I were going out somewhere at night, and I just thought the easiest thing to tell her was, I'm going for work, meeting hai, shooting hai, kuch hai. I could have done that, but my husband told me, go back, tell her that I'm not going for work, mama papa needs some time, we're going for a social thing, and never ever use these shortcuts, because tomorrow she's going to use them on us. And that was such a turning point for me with making that relationship with her. And there are times when I that she comes up to me and says, Mom, you're looking stressed, and I tell her something happened at work, it's too much for me to share with you. And then she'll say, no, I can handle it, tell me, what is it? So I think when I'm honest with her, I open up a whole room of her opening up to me. And because I think I'm not around very often. So when I am, I have to max it out. I have to be more careful. And I think that is so consciously playing on my mind. I'm not too sure I'm doing the right thing. I guess time will tell. But at least that's what I use right now. And I think that helps me understand, like Kanika said, you just know them. You know when they're not having a good day. You know when they fought with their best friend in the bus. So you just know when they want to just be, like someone rightfully said, once a child's not going to come and tell you, you know what, I'm having a very hard day and I don't want to talk about it. They're not going to use language like that. They're going to tell you, come and play with me. And you'll be like, what? Why do I need to play with you? But maybe they're trying to say something. So I guess, yeah, just keeping the antenna on all the time.
So it's basically decoding their language, so if they say something else and you kind of decode it and you understand what is it that they're exactly trying to tell you.
I wish they came with a manual. It would have helped.
I'm sure our mothers would say the same thing about us as well.
I know. Still would.
All right. So after these answers, I'm pretty much sure that mothers do have two pairs of eyes, चाहे वो दिखती नहीं है पर है, like we heard in all the answers. But एक बात है कि आजकल के बच्चों के पास भी extra eyes हो गई है. And I don't mean this bond या instinct वाली eyes. I mean all these extra eyes like Google, Netflix, Amazon, etc. खास करके अभी जो लॉकडाउन का पीरियड है, ज़्यादा ये आंखें थोड़ी ज़्यादा ही खुल गई है. And the current trend says that Indian shows से ज़्यादा आजकल बच्चे American shows देखना पसंद करते हैं. वो वहाँ का कल्चर सीख रहे हैं. यहाँ तक कि अब दिवाली से ज्यादा उन्हें हैलोवीन सेलिब्रेट करना पसंद है. So the thing is that how would you teach your kids family values? आप कैसे सिखाएंगे उन्हें family traditions, family values? How do you basically teach them the difference between each family, probably say an Indian society or an American society, and what is the trick basically you all use to teach them these things? And one most important question: are you inspired by your own mothers too? So do you kind of go back and think, अरे मेरी मम्मा ने ये किया था, so I think probably I should do the same with my child because in my case it had worked. I mean, so can I have some insight on these things? Can we start with you, Kanika?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Actually, there are a lot of tricks and things we use. बट मुझे ऐसा लगता है रुशाद कि बच्चे वो कभी नहीं सीखते हैं जो हम उन्हें सिखाते हैं. बच्चे हमेशा वही सीखते हैं जो वो देखते हैं. आप जैसा देखते हो वैसा ही आप करते हो. जैसे कि बहुत अच्छा पूजा ने बोला कि अगर आप ऑनेस्टी उन्हें दोगे तो वो आपको रिटर्न में ऑनेस्टी ही मिलेगी. मैं भी अपने बच्चे से कभी झूठ नहीं बोलती हूँ, क्योंकि झूठ के पांव बहुत छोटे होते हैं. बहुत जल्दी आपको उनको पता लग जाता है कि आप झूठ बोल रहे हो. उन पे बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग पावर होती है. तो मैं उनको इंडियन वैल्यूज खुद पूजा करके, घर में घंटी बजा के, शंख बजा के सिखाती हूँ. कि मैं कहती हूँ पूजा के बाद बेटा मेरे आप पाँव छुओ, मैं आपको आशीर्वाद दूंगी. या उसके कोई छोटे भाई बहन है, मैं कहती हूँ आप उन्हें आशीर्वाद दो. तो ये छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं आपको सिखानी पड़ती हैं. मैं अपने बच्चों को पेपा पिग या जो इस तरह के अमेरिकन शोज की जगहों पे ऑफ कोर्स वो भी देखना चाहती क्योंकि उनके फ्रेंड्स देखते हैं, लेकिन मैं चाहती हूँ कि वो श्री कृष्ण की भी कहानियां सुने, राम जी की कहानियां सुने, हनुमान जी की कहानियां सुने. क्योंकि मैं उन्हें बोलती हूँ कि वो सुपरमैन से ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग तो हमारे हनुमान है, पता है. तो हमें सबसे पहले चीज तो अपने रिच कल्चर को एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा. ये जो हम लोग कहते हैं ना, ओ माय गॉड इंग्लिश स्कूल एंड इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग एंड दिस एंड दैट, वो मैं बिल्कुल नहीं करती हूँ. अगर आप मेरे घर में आएंगे तो मैं और मेरे बेटे से मैं सिर्फ हिंदी में बात करती हूँ. अगर आप मुझे मेरे बेटे से पूछेंगे कि ही नोज दैट कि जल मतलब पानी होता है, लाइक गिव मी वाटर, बट ही सेज दैट टू मी कि मम्मी मुझे जल पीना है. क्योंकि अगर हम अपनी संस्कृति खुद एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेंगे, हम अपने बच्चों में नहीं डाल पाएंगे. तो मेरे लिए मेरी संस्कृति बहुत ही रिच है, आई हैव अ वेरी रिच कल्चर. और मैं चाहती हूँ कि मेरे बच्चे संस्कृत में श्लोक पढ़ें. मैं चाहती हूँ, मेरा बच्चा पढ़ता भी है. और ये सबसे बेस्ट वे है कि आप खुद उस कल्चर में पहले एक्सेप्ट करें और फिर अपने बच्चों में उसमें आप डाल पाएंगे, पहली चीज. और दूसरी चीज जो मेरी माँ मुझे बताती थी कि माँ को कभी प्यार भी बताना पड़ेगा और कभी गुस्से की घुट्टी भी पिलानी पड़ेगी. माँ जो है वो जैसे धरती माँ है. हमें इसीलिए धरती माँ को इसीलिए कहा गया है क्योंकि उसमें इतनी रेसिस्टेंस पावर है. कहते हैं अपने बच्चों पे कभी गुस्सा मत हो, हाथ मत उठाओ, क्योंकि हाथ उठाने से क्या होता है, बच्चों में डर खत्म हो जाता है एक माँ का. आप उनसे अगर प्यार से डील करोगे तो वो जानते हैं कि माँ की प्यार की भाषा क्या होती है, और अगर माँ नहीं बात करेगी तो उनके लिए कितनी प्रॉब्लम है. तो मैं शॉर्ट कर देती हूँ अपने आंसर को कि मैं अपनी माँ से सिर्फ ये देखती हूँ कि कभी भी मारना नहीं बच्चे को, चाहे कुछ हो जाए, सहनशीलता रखनी ही है. सो दैट्स माय आंसर.
Wonderful, Kanika. What about you, Shrima?
Yes, absolutely. I think, firstly, I think from a young age, I had a very different upbringing because I wasn't raised in India. I was raised abroad in the US. So, I'm literally an Indian Desi in that manner. Having said that, my parents were immigrants from Bangalore who moved to America and embedded in me, things like I had to go to learn the Bhagavad Gita. I learned Bharatanatyam. Like, they were very, very, very keen that I kept my culture intact, whether that be, they made sure that I had a balance of getting to know my Indian cuisine, my Indian culture, my Indian religion, and my Indian dance forms, etc. Having seen in my life both sides of now being a mother raising kids in India and living here for 15 years, and having spent my time abroad from the age of 4, I think I can say that both cultures have their good and their traditional and their modern aspects. I think as a parent, my thing is that I try my best to sort of take what I feel is really, really worth imbibing in them from both cultures, actually, because I don't always agree with every single very age-old traditional things at times. I'm a very, I guess, progressive modern thinker, so there is that aspect of me. But at the same time, I do take the care to teach the children about just ethics, morals, values. Respecting women is a major priority in my house, and I do that by setting an example, by living my life with freedom and the way that I want, and being very outspoken, as you guys probably just could tell right now. So just in that way. So I think that's the way forward, to sort of you can't stop the fact that kids are going to be enamored with Western culture, and you can't help that they are going to be a little less inclined as we continue to modernize India for the very, very traditional things. But I think there's a lot of traditional things that we can imbibe in them that are really worth taking forward, but we can do it in a very modern way, if that makes any sense. Yeah.
Absolutely. So basically, having the best of both worlds for them.
I think that's what's happened to me. Yeah.
Okay, great. Pooja, what about you?
Yeah, Rushad, अगर हम culture की बात करें तो there is a lot of more culture that kids are exposed to, a lot of different culture, चाहे वो Halloween हो या फिर Christmas हो, or if it's about Thanksgiving, if it's about Diwali, if it's about Eid, if it's about anything. The world has become a smaller place with technology. Is it a boon or a curse? That I'm sure a bit of both, but we have to take the best from it. The one thing that it's done is it has made the world a smaller place today. They're all connected with every different culture. But there's no culture that's not going to teach you festive spirit, being grateful, respect. And at the end of the day, those are things that they do learn a lot at home also. Yes, if I think of when I was raised, my mom is a single parent. She raised 2 girls in a city like Mumbai, being an actor herself with crazy hours, crazy everything. The one thing she did was post-work hours, whatever circle she made, even if it was, from the entertainment industry, even if it was friends who did late night parties, she tried to keep her circles in such a way that there were these 2 little children that she had uprooted from Delhi and got to Mumbai. She was chasing her dreams. She was working crazy hours, and there was no father, so to say. So she kind of made sure that whatever she did post work hours was with us. So that till today, her friends are my buddies. There's no line for me, which is why I still get drawn to a lot. I still personally end up making a lot of older friends because I've always felt so comfortable. I've got buddies who are 20 years older than me. Their children are my age. I hang with the parents. So that was very case specific. It was in my case. But the only thing that I want to continue with that is that, yes, there are certain things that you leave your children back home and do. But besides that, involvement, there is no culture that can go to prove that involvement with your children and doing things together can be harmful. So irrespective of which culture you follow, take the best from everything, celebrate good things, cry when there's something bad. As an actor, we learn that there is nothing more liberating than expression. Express. If you're feeling low, cry. If you're happy, laugh. Who cares if your laughter is like 1,000 decibels, So that's the kind of principle that I'm following with my child, and I hope it works out okay.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Prerna, what about you?
I think in my case, as Shrima said, as she said, she's been raised abroad. But in my case, I'm from North India, and I'm been married to a South Indian. So, we have a mix of cultures. So for me to take any one path was never a choice also. So, I have always believed to follow whatever I think is right. Of course, there are things which I feel I have to taken from my mother. As Kanika said, that I used to be a little impatient with my first child because I was a first time mom. So kabhi kabhi maine haath uthaya hai. But this is one thing I learned from my mom. You don't need to raise hand. You don't even need to raise your voice to manage your children. So with over years of experience, I have managed to learn this. So this is one thing I have really taken from my mom. And the other thing is that I follow things and cultures as I like them. Okay, so whether it's Diwali or Ganpati, because now I'm in Mumbai, so I follow Ganpati. North में इतना गणपति नहीं होता है, but I love the culture here. In South, again, Ganpati is huge. Again, we don't do Thanksgiving because okay, we don't understand that better, but we follow Christmas very religiously. It's a tradition we started when my kids were really young, and they really enjoy. So it's a mix. I feel you take the best of everything and you raise your children in a more global way, because after all, your children are being raised in a very connected world. At least it was connected till now.
Correct.
And how I feel, they will learn to do better in life.
Wonderful, wonderful. Enlightening answers. So now, before we wind up this refreshing and enlightening session with you super moms, one question which I want you all to answer. So see, it's Mother's Day today, and there is, all the mamta in the air and all the motherly love in the air. So what are your emotions attached to this word ma? What does the word mother mean to you? Please share. Prerna, can we start with you?
Okay, so as you know, my blog itself is called MaaofAllblogs, and everybody lovingly, in my field calls me Ma. Nobody really calls me Prerna, so everybody calls me Ma. So I think my first connection, I think why the reason it is so is because I guess my profession became, I started writing after becoming a mother. So I felt a need to express myself, and people got connected because I became a Ma. And even now, because I'm pretty old in the industry, it's been a good run of 8-9 years. And so, the younger ones, the people who are new to the blogging scene always come up to me with advice. So and of course, Ma to me is my mom. So these are the two correlations I have with Ma.
Okay, nice. Shrima, what about you?
So to me, the word ma definitely means being selfless and being devoted and patience, and also being fierce, because it takes bravery to go through this journey of motherhood. And definitely now in this day and age, it's really, you have to be brave to be able to take a child and actually mold them into these beautiful adults. And that takes a lot of not only physical strength but also mental strength. So I think being a mother is definitely, mothers are brave and they put their whole heart into it, and we don't always see it because we're so busy that we don't even have time to get emotional about it, but we are.
All right, okay. Pooja, what about you?
The word ma for me is mata. It's Shakti. It's, I think, like a mother gives birth to a child also gives birth to a mother. And it's only post that you realize that you had some, hidden supernatural powers, if I can say so. But it does make you explore that side which you never knew existed, which is above the power that you knew you were aware of. So ma is mata and ma is Shakti for me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Very well said. Kanika, over to you.
सबने बहुत ही अच्छे आंसर्स दिए, बहुत ही ज्यादा ब्यूटीफुली माँ का शब्द को बताया है। पर मैं एक चीज बताऊंगी कि माँ मेरे लिए एक ऐसी इंसान है जिसने मुझे ये शरीर दिया, जिसकी अगर हम वैल्यू लगाएं तो 5 लाख करोड़ की ये हमारा शरीर है जो हमें मुफ्त में मिला है, जिसका शायद हम कभी कभी ध्यान नहीं रखते हैं, इसको ऐसे ही ले लेते हैं। लेकिन जो तकलीफ हमारी माँ ने सही है हमें पैदा करने में, हमें बढ़ाने में, आई थिंक वो हमारे लिए बहुत, हमें वैल्यू करनी चाहिए उस चीज की। और मेरे लिए माँ का शब्द वही है, वैल्यू करना, जिसने उसने इतनी कठिनाइयों से इसने इतने जल्दोजहद से हमें पाला है, पोसा है, उसके लिए मेरे लिए वही शब्द है मेरी माँ का।
क्या बात, बहुत खूब. Wonderful answers. It's been an extremely enlightening session with all of you. I'm glad to be in your company, honestly. I mean, Kanika and Pooja, obviously, I've known you all from before, but Prerna and Shrima, it's been wonderful getting to know you.
Thank
Any
you,
any kind of message you want to give out to all those
Yes,
viewers who are
Rushad,
seeing
there
us
is some
live?
live comments coming in. There's a dear Rishi who's asked a couple of times, do we still call up our moms for advice and, when it comes to dealing with situations and kids? So let's pick that question up if we have the time quickly. I'd like to say yes, I call up my mom every single second. Mama, मैं shoot पे late पहुंच रही हूँ, मैं क्या करूँ? अरे मम्मा, अविका का दांत टूटने वाला है. Can you come and pull it out? So personally, I quickly like to sum it up by saying yes, Rishi, I call up my mom 1,000 times a day with a million questions, and she somehow still has the answers to all of them. If anyone else would like to take that answer.
Okay. I can't see the questions here. You guys will have to answer them.
Yeah, definitely. I also speak to my mom every day. I think, and also my dad, actually. I first call up my mom and then I call up my dad and I get two different views and then I go ahead with it. So, yeah.
Okay.
Madhurima is saying, how do you manage yourself emotionally while you're away at work? As we always feel we are not doing enough, is there any guilt that you go through and how do you overcome that? So at least in my case, I work from home. So yes, that guilt is a little reduced because the travel time and not being, I'm not away from my kids any point of time. But yes, sometimes my work takes a lot of hours from me and I'm not able to, as I was saying, pay attention exactly to what they're doing. And at the end of the day, I feel a little guilty that, I could have taught him better or spent a little more time when he was hanging on to me or asking me a question because I'm a little lost. So yes, the guilt, I think, is something that moms need to learn to deal with because it's going to be there no matter how old your kid becomes, I think, or no matter what the situation is.
Yeah, I think one tip I have is like somebody told me that always remember when you're like a working mom that at the end of the day it's not about the amount of time, but it's about the quality of time that you give them. So even if you come back from a long day of work and you spend like 15-20 minutes with them, like for me it's when I give them a bath and that's the time like they actually start talking to me more, and bedtime when I'm right in the middle and both of them are next to me trying to vie for my attention. It's just that half an hour of quality time, and I know when they go to sleep I'm just very, very grateful because I feel like they're happy kids, and that's all that matters. Just leave everything behind. As long as your children are happy and they know that mama loves them, that's all that matters.
Wow. Any other questions, guys? Can you all see any other questions?
I can't see any questions.
Yes, a
now.
lot of questions are coming. Someone's asking about NRI moms that don't even have domestic help at home, and a lot of the questions are coming. But I think we have touched on a couple of these topics as we've gone along. I wouldn't mind coming back again for another discussion. And yes, it is hard. I'm sure it's really, really hard for NRI moms. They don't have help. They got to max out. They got to work 24 hours in the day and make sure that kids are safe when they're not around. And Hira asked that, your responsibility as moms will never end. Are you ready for that? Ready or not, there's no choice now. Moms never have a Sunday. Moms never have a holiday. Moms never have a day off. My mom still doesn't. Like I said, I still call her with panic calls. And so I think there are a lot of things you don't say the day you find out you're having a baby. Okay, now jeevan bhar ke liye mere ko kaam karna hai. But there are a lot of things that go along, and it's with everyone, right? You are always a wife. You're always a daughter. You're always a mother. So you're going to be there for people you love. Just that way for the rest of our lives, we hope we can always be there for everyone we love, right?
Lovely. And I'm sure mothers are someone who are always taken for granted. I mean, there are so many times I take my mom for granted, and I always feel so crappy about it. But then I guess that's the way nature's structured things. I mean.
Yes, they say it's a thankless job, Rushad, but at the end of the day, you also get so much in the relationship. You don't have to have your child wake up every morning and say, "Oh my God, you're the best thing that ever happened to me, you're the best mom." Maybe they wait for Mother's Day to say such things, but at the end of the day, when you're giving so much in the relationship, if you keep feeling, "Oh, it's such a thankless thing to do," you also have to step back and think you're getting so much out of it in different ways, right?
Right, right. Any other questions you guys want to answer?
Hira Mehta is asking, your responsibility as a mom, will it ever end? No.
Yeah, that's the one that, yeah.
I still call my mom, and when I used to go for my travel trips, I used to call her and say, "You just need to come and take care of my kids. I need to go. I can't help it." So I don't think it ever ends.
All right.
If,
Anything else, guys? Can you all see any other questions?
so there are many comments, but questions, I don't think there are more. Rachna is saying, yes, I too feel the same, but to overcome it, I try to pamper my kids once a week by doing what impresses them the most. I think this is answer to what Pooja is saying.
All right.
Rushad,
Okay, so
I
with
can't
this,
see any questions, so I don't know.
cool. All right. So it's been a great session, guys. Thank you so much, all our super moms. It's been wonderful getting to know you all better and, getting to see another perspective from the other side. So with that, I would like to end this session. Thank you so much, Woodpecker Media, for having me over to moderate this session. Thank you once again, each one of you, Kanika, Pooja, Shrima, Prerna. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was
Thank you,
absolutely
Rushad,
lovely.
for taking us.
Thank you, Rushad. Thank you, Woodpecker Media. Very nice.
Yes.
Take care, guys, and
Thank you
wish
so
you all
much
a
for this
very happy
beautiful.
Mother's Day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rushad. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to all the viewers who are watching us here.
Yes,
And
guys,
to all
happy
your
Mother's Day to all the viewers. To all
To
the
all the
Yeah.
moms.
Happy Mother's Day,
To all the
everybody.
moms.
Take
All
care,
right.
guys. See
Take
ya.
care.
Okay.
bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Happy Mother's Day.